Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Now this video goes full tinfoil hat mode, but I think you might enjoy it. You may have noticed yesterday that there was an outage around midday that affected a lot of brokers. Fidelity, Schwab, TD Ameritrade, and more. And this guy reckons he's connected all the dots. Trust me guys, you do not want to miss this video. So stay tuned and let's make some money. But guys, before I dive into the video, I just want to give a massive shout out to the 2,000 of you that have currently dinged that notification bell, because you guys are always the first to watch a new video as soon as it's released. So guys, be sure to drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and ding that notification bell if you haven't already, so that you don't miss another video just like this one. And now I want to dive straight in with the key information. So, must read, connections between Citadel, the Akamai Edge service disruption, and the dark pool. So what happened? Earlier today, most of us became aware that there was a service disruption across a number of websites that impacted numerous companies that use Akamai's Edge DNS service. This service essentially routes users to Akamai servers and then routes them back to the origin domain. Sounds stupid, right? Well, the point partly is to prevent DDoS, direct denial of service attacks, against the company. This redirect allows Akamai to handle the malicious traffic and allows good traffic to flow through, thus keeping the service online even in the midst of an attack. Initially, no one knew what was going on. Lots of tinfoil hats going crazy with speculation. As a software engineer, I posted some due diligence explaining what happened wasn't necessarily a hack on Fidelity or Schwab, but was a service disruption. Understandably, it's super annoying for basically anyone who is trading. Akamai is so ubiquitous that it affected almost every brokerage and definitely prevented users who switched to non-PFOF brokerages from logging in to purchase shares. This is important because it's largely believed, based on the available evidence, as in dark pool volume, average block size, the dark pool source volume from PFOF brokerages, and both directs and delays buys. Basically what this is saying is the whole reason we're swapping from PFOF brokerages, which is payment for order flow brokerages like Robinhood and Webull, to non-PFOF brokerages like Fidelity, is so that they don't sell the order flow to Citadel for them to stuff through the dark pool. Okay, so what's the connection? Well, this guy asked an astute, wrinkle-brained question. Does Citadel own any of Akamai? Initially I thought, probably a little, but this guy did the due diligence and found this interesting fact. If you search for the top investors of Akamai technology stock, you've got Citadel advisors here owning 80 million shares worth $87 million as of March 2021, as in Q1 this year. Citadel owns 80 million shares. That's 45% of Akamai. But that's wrong. Let's clear some things up. If you go to their 13F and SEC filings, you'll find that they only own around 1 million shares, or 0.006% of the company's stock. But still, where does that 80 million number come from? Well, let's have a look at their 13F. I went to the source of StockZoa and found the SEC filings they're referencing here, and there's not 80 million shares on the 13F. Citadel, however, is the second largest holder of Akamai Technologies' loan notes. They own around 80 million shares or 80 million portions of the loan note, basically $86 million worth of their overall loan note. Does Citadel have power over Akamai? Well, probably not, but Citadel Advisors is a large holder of Akamai debt. Yahoo had an interesting article in mid-July indicating that many hedge funds are turning bearish on Akamai. So maybe Citadel could have used this increasing position of influence as a debt holder to broker power. So effectively Citadel could have said to Akamai, I'm going to withdraw your loan notes or withdraw my $86 million if you don't shut off your activity for a few minutes to delay all these retail traders. Is that power enough power to pull sway on some fabricated outages that affected numerous companies? I think it's a stretch, but these outages undoubtedly did have an impact on the share price today. So how does the dark pool fit in? Whether Citadel somehow coerced Akamai into fabricating a service outage that affected hundreds of companies is unknown, but it's definitely suspect. One thing's for sure, the outage did have an effect on share price. The outage was reported at 16:09 UTC or 12:09 EST by Akamai. If you look at the dark pool data, you can see that from 12:09 EST to 12:18 EST, dark pool volume slowly crept up to 91%. Obviously because a lot of users on Fidelity or Schwab or TD Ameritrade or tons and tons of other brokers couldn't use their app to purchase AMC at that moment, so pretty much all of the volume would have been in the dark pool. The corresponding price action in the stock is apparent, minus 1.5%. It's about the time it took for folks who couldn't sell on their brokerage to find out that they could trade over the phone. Maybe some apes with more wrinkles than me can add to this due diligence, but I for one am greatly annoyed as usual. As eventful as this was though, at least we got to see some of the effect that dark pool activity has on share price. We know that when virtually all retail traders are locked out of their brokerage and substantially impairing trading activity, we can see that this has a negative effect on share price, not sideways trading, but a negative effect. This obviously shows that most of the volume going through the dark pool is short volume or very heavy selling pressure to nail the stock down. If you weren't already aware of the Akamai outage, the independent newspaper actually reported on it. Akamai outage. Internet company issues fix as Home Depot, UPS, Delta and other major websites go down. Although something that I do find very interesting is that Ken Griffin himself actually owns personally shares in Akamai Technologies, around 403,000 shares worth around $47.1 million. Now he may not sit directly on the board at Akamai, but it wouldn't surprise me if he, as a billionaire, has some links to very high ranking people at Akamai, like the CEO for example. So it also wouldn't surprise me if he managed to somehow orchestrate this outage that happened yesterday in order to create fear, uncertainty and doubt, and to make the apes panic. For a good 10 minutes, Citadel effectively would have had free reign over the AMC price, and that's why we saw so much activity in the dark pool and such a rapid drop. Hedges really are trying to do absolutely everything they can to sway the price of the AMC stock and to cause us to paper hand. Guys, let me know down in the comments below what you think about the Akamai outage. Do you think it was somehow orchestrated and caused by Citadel? And if you want to pick up some shares in AMC, but you haven't even yet signed up to a trading platform, be sure to use Fidelity, because they don't accept payment for order flow like other brokerages do. That order flow is obviously sold to Citadel and put through the dark pool. However though, if you do want to buy any other shares like Apple, Amazon, Tesla or anything else, be sure to sign up to Webull using the link down in the description below to get some free shares if you're in the US. But if you're in the UK, be sure to sign up to Free Trade again with the description and the link below to get some free shares. And as always guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out some of my others. Alternatively, subscribe to the channel and ding that notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers.